Final. And guys, we are live at Sorgatron on the Twitters, live from the Mayhem Studios here in Pittsburgh, PA, for the final Raw Wrap Up of the year.
Oh, I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
I know, guys. I know. It's kind of hard to swallow here.
I may do this next week.
Yeah, you'll be on your own and nobody will get the audio unless you want to do that kind of stuff. Because I'll be in California without laptops. So there's that.
How will you live?
I know, right? No, I'm bringing every tablet I have, though. But still, Monday Night Raw, we got with us, of course, on the line from Poughkeepsie, New York. It is Mad Mike.
Woo! How you doing, Sorgatron?
All right. And, of course, we also have, from right here in the Pittsburgh area, our friend in the mainstream media. He is Matt Carlins, Mainstream Matt on the Twitter, and a great blog, mainstreammatt.blogspot.com.
It's awesome to be here.
Yes.
Happy holidays, everybody.
So let's get right into it. It was a post pay-per-view Raw. We had Chris Jericho on tonight. I got confused because we got a half an hour of him in the ring while people were talking, and I didn't realize we didn't have a Talk as Jericho segment. That was later with Rusev, which was great. I
didn't realize that we got a nearly 25-minute opening segment, and it didn't make me want to claw my eyeballs out because it had Jericho in it, and it had Paul Heyman in it, and I don't know, it was just a well-paced opening segment. It wasn't like some of the last few talky segments have been. I didn't mind it much at all. It was pretty good.
Intrigue, I thought, because you had kind of reaction of Heyman and Seth Rollins, and I like when not even the bad guys are on the same page. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Of course, we saw this kind of roll around with our cage match, and we got a little bit of a handshake. So I kind of like that because Brock's not going to be there the entire time from now until Royal Rumble, especially these next couple off weeks. So now you've kind of turned Seth into this agent of Paul Heyman.
They were so good at keeping that relationship between Rollins and Heyman and Lesnar intentionally vague, and they never really came to terms with what exactly was going on there and exactly how mad one was at the other. And it felt like that kind of helped a lot. And tonight, I guess we finally got the payoff in a way.
Well, yeah. It helps because Seth Rollins doesn't have the authority as backup anymore.
So he needs somebody.
Now he almost kind of has a Kraken that he can call upon if he really needs.
Although
he's got J&J security, Mike.
I was gonna say he's got the cheerleaders and J&J security, which was tremendous. Them jumping up and down like a couple of goofs with him winning, leading him down the steps from the cage. It was pretty good. But speaking of, so of course we had Cena and Rollins tonight in the cage. It's the main event. It started the show as well. No sign of either of the guys in the main event last night. Dean Ambrose and Wyatt, Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm in
Sorg, they're scared of the faulty machinery that's there.
I would be too. I would be after that. I'm kind of looking at my monitors and my TV sideways after that one. I didn't know they could explode in such a way. But anyways,
I'm pretty sure I said this to my wife earlier this evening.
My wife.
That if there were still a World Heavyweight Championship in WWE, I'm pretty sure Dean Ambrose would have it right now.
Yeah, potentially, completely. This is the time that they would have had this in this off season.
Let's be honest.
You go to SmackDown and do whatever you're supposed to do.
If someone was going to have the World Championship right now, it wasn't Brock Lesnar. It'd be John Cena. Let's be really real about it.
I am merely trying to frame the concept of Dean and Bray apparently that their feud is just too hot for Monday nights. And we're not allowed to see any of it.
And we don't know where to put it elsewise.
It is a live SmackDown, so they have to hold something for it. And if you're going to have Brock Lesnar show up, you can't hold Cena.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. He's right. Well, also looking at the most intriguing thing, other than Wyatt and Ambrose, I think, is what's going on with the Usos and Miz and whatever Funkadactyl that was. I can't remember.
Naomi.
Thank you.
Taxi cab Funkadactyl.
Taxi Cab Funkadactyl.
Taxi Cab Funkconfessions on HBO.
Sorg, we've discussed this before. I'm not sure if we've ever discussed it on one of the podcasts, but we've spoken, and I wanted to know that I was upset because the Usos keep bringing their Slammies to the ring with them, and I was telling you that this is a bad guy thing, and how long can the good guy Usos get away with bringing their Slammies to the ring before they are officially bad guys? And you could see it's like it's corrupting them. Just having the trophy around is turning them evil. Poor little Heyman. I thought he was going to cry tonight whenever the one Uso used it as a foreign object.
Matt, are you implying that the Slammies are their precious?
I was going to let you handle that, but yep, I set you right up for that, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you know...
Two Slammies to rule them all, Sorg.
Everybody gets to show off their Slammies for at least the next week. Ziggler had his as well. I don't think he took it out to the pay-per-view necessarily, but you kind of have to have that connection for the people that just watch Raw, right? So that's fine. That's fine. You know, we had a tag match there. I don't know. Nothing really stuck out as special to me. I did enjoy Rusev with Jericho for a little bit.
You did?
Yeah, I like Jericho making fun of people.
Yeah, but there's a way to make fun of people that's not horribly racist and insensitive.
Pro wrestling much?
Yeah,
Jericho's like your grandfather now. He's too old and he's too set in his ways. He's never going to be PC again.
Then again, my grandfather never wore a scarf like that.
Then again, I'm watching old Tuesday Night Titans where the domestic abuse, the domestic violence inferences are very, very strong, especially with Dr. D.
Yeah.
So this is tame in comparison.
Yes, but it's also 2014.
Yes.
You kind of have to take stuff into account. It's not like Jericho's The Rock, where The Rock will come on, say one stupid thing, go off to make movies, and not come back for a year and a half. Jericho does these 3-month stints.
Okay. Jericho definitely hit the low-hanging fruit as far as his insults tonight. But it's hey, you're a big Russian brute. Let's go for this. I like that he noticed the fashion faux pas of Lana. That was different. But no, I thought it was fine. It was fun. I thought the switch up with Lesnar coming out was pretty good. The kind of set up his return.
Yeah, I mean, like in the if you're talking about like when he came out and went after Jericho, that was like an awesome like oh crap face that Jericho made after Brock just like shrugged off the code breaker.
Yep. That was really good. And Jericho, for the most part, when it comes in to do these stints, I mean, he's around to kind of make other people. You know what I mean? And if it needs to set up for him to come back and say, hey, he's back and destroying somebody other than Cena, because we've seen that a million times, and we got to see it again. But let's be honest, can you really get tired seeing him German suplex Cena in the middle of the ring?
Oh, no, definitely not.
No, I'm not bored of it yet.
Certainly not. So I think that was fine. I think it did everything it needed to do. It set up us going into Royal Rumble. We already knew what the match was going to be. But again, it was just another Raw.
But, all right, do we see Brock again before the Rumble? I don't think so.
At least once.
You think so? There's
At least
6
once.
weeks to build.
Yeah, maybe like one more.
There's 6 weeks to build. He has to be there at least once.
I don't think so.
At least once in the meantime?
I don't think so, Sorg.
Oh, jeez.
Without intimate knowledge of his contract with the World Wrestling Entertainment, I cannot give an accurate answer to that question, Sorg.
Can't you make a phone call or two?
I'll ask him tomorrow.
Okay.
Not Brock. I'll ask somebody else.
You got a guy that you have a guy that knows a guy that knows the one that knows the one and 1 and 21 and 1.
I don't think it's that close.
Okay. So it's more degrees of separation I got.
52 degrees of separation. Let me just throw this out, okay? Even though we got what I loosely framed the payoff of Heyman shaking Seth Rollins' hand at the end of Raw, is that a situation where you guys think that that this is an agreement just to keep Seth from cashing in, or is this a legitimate "you're my guy" now? Like, is this a marriage of convenience, basically, with Heyman and Rollins?
Well, I think, are you talking about like in storyline?
In storyline.
Yeah, I think a little bit. I think a little bit. Because now Rollins gets to run around.
Well,
Rollins gets to run around with a little bit more backup than his stooges that he apparently kept in the divorce.
I think it's also a type of thing where Paul Heyman, the character, has contingencies for everything. He's kind of like a Jewish Batman. Like, and Seth Rollins is
he put the Jew in judo, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. The Bat Juicy. I don't know. But I've been watching 60s Batman. I can't help it.
We're gonna hear from both of our Jewish fans.
But
Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
but Seth Rollins is like
this Wednesday. I know that.
Seth Rollins is an unknown factor to Paul Heyman because Seth did try to cash in on Brock once. Like, he did try to attack Lesnar. So now, without the Authority, Seth could really go off at any time, and the Authority would not be there to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably just Heyman covering both of his bases a little bit.
Yeah, and I like it. And like I say, it's really setting him up to be the surrogate for Brock Lesnar, since we are not going to have our Jimmy John Slayton champion around. I like when he first came out. We just thought he left the belt at home.
Yeah, I thought he left it back at Lake Wobegon.
Is this like, you know? And by the time he came back out, they grabbed one of the replicas out of the shop booth. So that's good. So I don't know. Like I said, it was an alright Raw. Not that I'm expecting much. I'm very excited for Hogan next week. Oh, come on!
That's somebody else.
This is my jam. It'll be probably cringeworthy, but it's not going to be a gobbledygooker, and I'm okay with that.
No.
No?
No.
I would like to see Hogan show up just one more time where he is not in just a total shill mode for his employer. I just want to get like some kind of like sense that he's not just there to promote something else. And I'm hoping maybe this will be our chance next week. We'll just get a straight up Hogan brother do his thing, and he won't be out there just peddling $9.99.
Man, I'm telling you, here's exactly what you're gonna get. Because Hogan is on Tribute to the Troops. Spoiler alert: Hogan's on there.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but next week on Raw, you're gonna get, well, you know, it would be a great gift for Christmas, brother. A year subscription to the WWE Network, and you get a free Roku streaming stick, brother. Of course, he'll probably screw up the words Roku streaming and stick, but you get the idea.
Whatever the hell that is, brother.
It's gonna come out dirty.
Hold on. I'm occupied over here. I'm trying to see if Santa with muscles is on streaming anywhere. I've never seen it. Somebody tweeted it when the announcement came up.
Well, I mean, that essentially
I can get it on Blu-ray.
Oh, don't do
$40 $40. We're not doing that. Anyways, notify me when it's on Netflix. Let's do that.
It's a good time to tell everybody that they should really sign up for the Wrestling Mayhem Show Patreon so that Sword can afford to buy Santa with Muscles on Blu-ray.
So I can afford a $40 DVD of Santa with Muscles.
If you sign up for the Wrestling Mayhem Show Patreon, you become the Patreon and the Bank champion.
Mm-hmm.
Cash in at any time on the Wrestling Game Show.
That's right. You can run in any time you want and rain on the Riz's parade.
Yes. And it doesn't expire. That's the best thing.
It doesn't.
It only expires when you stop contributing. So so you can pop in every week.
We actually do have updates to that with several our goals. Some new updates. If you, it's kind of a backdoor way for you to get some advertising, or if you need somebody to help you with advertising and making a video for you, we can do a quick one there. And there's levels for that over at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. We don't just do podcasts. We also do a lot of productions. I do a lot of corporate stuff. We do stuff for our friends at IWC, International Wrestling Cartel, and the Renegade Wrestling Alliance, amongst others. A lot of that stuff over at PittsburghWrestling.com. And, of course, you can check us out. We're going to be doing that one more show tomorrow night, Tuesday night at about 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Maybe a little later because I think the game show is going to start a little late. Over at live.sorgatronmedia.com. It's the holiday episode. I apologize in advance because I will be drinking on the switcher. It's the only time of year I let myself drink on the show. So we'll see how this goes. I actually let somebody else take over the show. So it should be a lot of fun. Just listen to last week, and it was pure mayhem. We're going to try to do that a little better this week, or this year. But in the meantime, Santa's Sleigh is on digital rental with Goldberg. Also, so in case you're wondering about it, you can go rent it for like $3 about anywhere.
And that is $3 too many.
Yeah, it was on. I missed my chance when it was on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
My bad. I just couldn't bring myself for that one. So even for Netflix. Come on. Yeah. On that point, thank you at Mad Mike 4883 from Poughkeepsie, New York. At Mainstream Matt with 1T. I'm at Sorgatron, and we'll see you guys next time on the WWE Wrap Up. Please subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or YouTube. Later, guys.